Okay, everyone, we've made it to the SA-NT border. SA that side, NT that side. Oh, do you know you're alive, Hayden? Hey?
Yes, the last time I came through here, it was a checkpoint.
Yes, me too, actually. And I've just got to say, everyone, check it out. Short sleeves. Oh, man, it's so good. And we've just pulled up and there's hardly anyone here, which is a miracle in itself. So we just thought we would show you. Sure you've seen it all before. Welcome to the NT. Of course, Aiden will love it because we have to get the obligatory selfie. Don't we?
Of course we do.
Quick, get over that side now. Oh, look. Now we're welcoming ourselves back to South Australia, everyone. Anyway, it's our lunch stop today. Are we here? Are we here? No. No, we're at the fake Uluru, guys and gals, otherwise known as Mount Connor. Aiden might need to point it out with one of his fingers. If you haven't been to Uluru before, as you're driving into Uluru, you will come across Mount Connor. And I must admit, the first time that I came, which was back in 2012, I think, the kids and my ex-hubby and I got all so excited. We were like, there it is! No, when you look at the shape of it, it's very different. It's Mount Connor, otherwise known as the fake Uluru. And we might be staying at Curtin Springs today, we're not sure, but Mount Connor is actually on Curtin Springs Station, isn't it, Aiden?
Yes, as far as I know, and they do.
As far as we know, and they actually do, well, we're going to find out when we go, and we won't be doing it this time, but I think they do tours out to Mount Connor, which I've always wanted to get out there because it is a really specky looking rock. It's got a lot of vegetation along the bottom and then just, you know, juts out at the top. I think to get up close to it, it must be amazing. So please comment below if you've done the Mount Connor tour or you've seen Mount Connor up close. But yeah, we're going to mosey on down the road, and this has been the excitement of our day really today, apart from crossing into the Northern Territory. Everyone's always after any skerrick of water out here. These little guys are into the drips. Little finches. There you go, there's Mount Connor. As you can see, it's super flat on the top. Nothing like Uluru, but of course, as soon as you see it in the distance, you think that's it. That's where we've ended up today, everyone. This is a rest stop not far out of Uluru. I have stayed here once before when my kitty winks were little. A big storm came through, so that was fun. But hi, as you can see, it's a free camp, no facilities, but absolutely gorgeous. Under the shade of the desert oaks. Not a bad spot to plant ourselves for the evening and just enjoy, particularly the red dirt. Here's our cushion pile from the cushions that have to come off the bed every night. I'm just going to show you guys and girls something. Morning, Aiden.
Morning.
This is where we woke up today. Great free camp just out of Uluru. Can you see all that space out there? And can you see that no one's here? Would have to be at least 500 metres. Oh, maybe a couple of 100 metres wide. There's no one anywhere. And we just wake up and someone's just camped right there. Just makes me laugh. You know, like you could be camped anywhere, people. Why would you want to listen to us? Could be out there There was only one other car here, one truck.
One truck and the car up farther.
Yeah, which they left. But anyway, it doesn't bother us. Well, it might. If they were under my awning, they'd get told. But it's like, wow. Why do people do that? Why do people do that? Why do people do that? We've gone bush, everyone. As you can see, there's our rig over there in the free camp with our neighbours. And they could be anywhere in the whole free camp. Oh, man. So, we've taken ourselves out. We're going out bush now, aren't we, Aiden? Hey?
Having a wander in the bush.
Going bush walking. Literally. Just want to get out to those sand hills and have a good look around. Obviously, try and remember which direction we came from. What's the worst that can happen? You follow your footprints back. Yeah?
Follow the sound of the car.
Yeah, follow the sound of the cars. All these people are out leaving Uluru. Got to give them a wave, otherwise sometimes they think you're stranded on the side of the road. Some don't give two hoots, just fly past. Others kind of slow, which is what we always do, don't we, for people, because you just don't know. Anyway, we're following the red dirt. Off for a little bush adventure. See what we can find out here. We were reading the WHYYYY reviews and people had seen camels out here not that long ago. So that'd be interesting. It's just beautiful today though. We're hoping for some rain.
The footprints?
Well, yeah, I was just looking at those, but I don't know. I don't reckon that's big enough for a camel hoof.
Be a small one.
Do you think?
Doesn't look like a...
But the colours out here are absolutely spectacular. Such a beautiful colour palette. So Australian. Anyway, rest assured if we find some camels, we'll either be running or showing you. What have you found, Aiden?
Oh, there's a few big camel...
Oh, there is too. It's been a while since it's been here. But there's definitely some camel hoof prints.
And a hole in the ground.
And there's definitely someone living down here. Imagine if he came out on camera right now. It'd have to be a big lizard or something, wouldn't it, down there?
Oh no, there's another hole over here.
Quite a few of them. Be good to actually come out for a night walk tonight. We might do that. Try and catch, obviously not on camera, but try and catch some of the lizards and things. And these are the beautiful desert oaks out here. They just make the most amazing noise. Well, when the wind blows through them. It's just, yeah, it's just very unique actually. The noise that blows through them. This is what we do for hours, people. Stooge around in the bush, I call it. And we've just discovered these little mounds and trails between all the spinifex bushes. And now we'll have to try and find out what it is. Thinking it's probably from some sort of ant, do you think?
Yeah, or termite or something.
Termite or insect. Very interesting. Once again, if you happen to know, please leave us a comment below. There's also some either dingo prints out here or feral cats. They are having a problem with feral cats out here at the moment. Aiden, we're walking through here, obviously taking the path of least resistance and not stepping on the bushes and things like that. But the spinifex is quite sharp when it, you know, if it brushes against your legs.
That's why you wear long pants.
Well, and boots. And I'm thinking about all those four-wheel drive YouTubers we've been watching, and they're getting around out here in thongs. I think they're absolutely nuts.
Yeah.
Apart from what you can get into in your feet, there's always the chance of snakes and scorpions and things. Even last night when we were sitting at camp in the dark, I was like, I was glad I had closed shoes on, because you just don't know. We didn't have a fire or anything going, so you don't know what's near your feet. But yeah, Oh, there's no way I'd be getting around in thongs out here.
No.
Don't think your feet would last too long. Inevitably, out in the bush, you always get a surprise at times. We could see something glinting from over on the sandhill. And anyway, we spotted this car, and from a distance it's hard to know, you know, like, is it old, is it new? As we got closer we could see it was relatively new. Man, what an effort it would have been getting it in through here.
Yeah, they've driven it in.
Yeah.
It looks like they tried to drive up there, but then back down. But
And you know, it's one of those things, you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't. We didn't want to walk back to camp and we thought we better double check there is actually no one in it, because you just don't know. You know, you really don't know out here, do you, Aidan?
No.
Like, you know, we're not that far from the highway, but it's like if someone was stuck in there, or, you know, I just can't live with myself if we don't check. And then as we're walking towards it, I'm like, oh God, there's probably some person in here that's like, I've been living here for months. F off and leave me alone. Everyone from the campsite comes and checks. But no. It doesn't really look like it's been that long that it's been there. So no. Someone's gone bush bashing and realised they can't bush bash any further. What would make you think that you could drive that out here? You know, good try, but not sure where they thought they were going. But I just actually can't believe they got it to here. Can you?
well, they got it up there and back.
I know, and then reversed back. Anyway, no one's there, so it'll be interesting to see if anyone turns up while we're here. You've got to say, free camping's never boring, is it? Hey?
You never know what you find.
You just actually never quite know what you're going to find. It's a big country. There's a lot going on for people. You know, you just never quite know. Do you think we're going to move today, Aidan?
Don't know. It's hard to know.
We're thinking about moving, maybe from there, all the way across to there. A, because we're bored. No, we're not bored. It's all about the solar. Charging up the solar. As you can see, it's a bit of a cloudy day today. Anyway, we picked that site across there yesterday, but when we got here, there was someone in there. So we thought, I might move across there. This is grey nomading at its best, people. Aidan's moving the rig. As you can see, that's where the neighbours are. And there's all of this. But that's not why we're moving. Couldn't give a rat's really about that. Those guys have pulled in late and just got up. We're moving across here because it's a little bit further off the road, but mainly so that we can get as many rays into the solar as we can. So we'll pull up stumps here again and enjoy it. So this is our new spot tonight, everyone. Can have a little fire if we want to. What do you think, Aidan? Worth the move?
Yeah.
Well, we do have Starlink on board, and we're just setting that up to check in with everyone at home. It's very good for that. Oh, Aidan, things are getting interesting. What's going on out there?
There's drops of something falling out of the sky.
What is that stuff? What is that wet stuff? Hopefully it's enough to wash the windows of the van because they need it. But you know what this means?
We won't be able to get to Uluru because it'll be closed.
Well, partly we've stayed in this campsite because the ground's quite compacted, right? And we should be okay if it rains, but you wouldn't want to be out in that red sand if it was raining. But will this mean I can tick off the dream?
Or
the dream.
Is it a nightmare like Mungo?
So don't talk about Mungo. Got there, couldn't get into the park, had to get out. But this could be the start of achieving my dream of ticking off Uluru in the wet. We'll see. See what happens, folks. This is where we woke up this morning, folks. Just about to leave our free camp near Uluru, and head in there. And with any luck, it might be really raining there, because as you can see, it's a bit wet here. Actually, we weren't planning on going into the rock today, but when we get there, if they tell us that there is, waterfalls coming off of it, I think we might be hot-footing it in there to have a little look, eh? So we weren't planning on going into the rock and starting everything until tomorrow for the next few days, but if these things are happening, then you really need to go with it, don't you? So you probably don't really think about it, but there is cattle out here on the way to Uluru because we're passing through the stations. But as you can see, the rain is absolutely making the colours totally pop out here. What were you saying, Aidan? You're happy that the van's getting a wash?
Well, we washed the dust off from the Udnadatta.
Yes, because it was absolutely filthy from the Udnadatta. Well, the little bit of the Udnadatta that we managed to do. And we just heard some people on the radio saying that they must be heading down that way. That looks like the Udnadatta's closing, so they must be getting the rain down there as well.
I'm surprised that the Great Central Road is closed as well.
Yes, yeah.
There's a lot of water around here, more water here than 30 days back where we stayed.
Yeah, we didn't have any phone reception where we were, and so today, we haven't bothered to set up Starlink to check anything, not really knowing what's going on at the moment.
It's sealed all the way to Uluru, so we don't need to worry.
I was just saying to Aidan this morning that the Olympics is happening on the other side of the world. No idea what's happening, no clue. Haven't looked at the news, haven't looked at anything, and that's really the beauty of being in the free camps and just taking time to chill out and walk in the bush and have fun with all of that. It's good fun. It's good fun shutting yourself down from, from all of that sometimes. Relaxing.